Whenever the sea was calm, the sailors had to row hard to keep the cargo ship on schedule, but an apprentice quietly whistled, and a sudden wind would carry the ship forward. The sailors thought it was perfect timing, unaware the boy was the reason. While checking the locks, he greeted the birdwind, creatures that brought the breeze. From the cargo hold, Gintani saw it all. Gintani was shocked. Even professional mushi masters needed special flutes to control birdwind, yet this boy could guide them with just a whistle. Gintani tried to copy the whistle, but his was too awful. Birdwind ignored him. For a young boy, such a cool ability was a source of pride, but Gintani warned him, never whistle at night. Bad things could happen. The boy said he had just learned and hadn't tried at night yet. Birdwind usually returned to their nests then. Later, Gintani got off at a port. While unloading cargo, the boy spotted a gift he liked. After Gintani left, the captain called the boy over. Their ship had arrived much earlier than others, proof the boy wasn't slowing them down, so the captain recommended making him an official crew member, and since the next port was near the boy's hometown, he might get a chance to rest. That night, back on the ship, the boy was nervous and excited. He whistled without thinking, then remembered Gintani's warning. Looking around, he saw no danger. Leaning on the rail, he whistled again. This time, strange black snakes appeared from the sea, slipping easily through the ship's hull. The crew didn't see the snakes, but the leaking water woke everyone. Before they could plug the holes, the ship sank. They escaped on a small boat and made it to shore. The boy returned home to visit his family. His mother and brothers were chatting, but when they saw him, they barely reacted. She only asked if he got paid. He handed her the gift, but she looked disappointed and scolded him for wasting money. Later, the boy noticed the black sea snakes had followed him home. Not far from his house was Dr. Hua's place. Gintani had traveled to see him. Hua found Gintani sleeping at his doorstep and quietly tried to search his bag, but Gintani woke up. He had clearly become suspicious after the last time Gintani sold him a fake painting. This time, Hua was direct. He wanted real mushi treasures. Just then, a man knocked, saying his wife was ill and local doctors couldn't figure it out. Hua and Gintani followed him home. The house was filled with black snakes and holes. The wife's skin was visibly darkening. Hua was at a loss, so he turned to Gintani. Gintani immediately recognized the cause. Hogu, a kind of mushi that bores into coastal rocks. Wind whistling through their holes attracts more of them to breed. When they overpopulate, weak people fall sick. But why were they gathering here? The man recalled the holes started appearing after his son came home. Now wasn't the time to blame. Gintani used a stone flute to gather the Hyujin into one place, then walked to the shore and lit insect-repelling smoke. The Hyuj stopped following. The mother's health began to improve, and the boy returned home. When he saw Gintani, he looked ashamed. Gintani didn't expose him in front of the family. He waited until they were outside. But before they got far, the Hyuj came back. Gintani heard a whistle, looked up, and found the boy in a tree, calling the Hyuj again. He was angry, venting at his family. In that cheerful home, there was no place for him, even if his mother died. He didn't care. Gintani took out the stone flute again. He explained it could guide Mushi home, but some masters abused that for personal gain. In the end, they not only suffered but dragged others down with them. The boy would too. Mushi have their own will. Twisting their nature brings consequences. How he used this power was his choice. What kind of person he became was up to him. Gintani told him, at dawn, he could use birdwind to drive the Hyuj away. Their cries sound like whistles because they eat Hugu. At the shore, Gintani and Hua waited for dawn. Gintani didn't know what the boy would choose, but as the first light came, the boy whistled. His father scolded him for being unfilial. How could he whistle while his mother was sick? The boy ignored him and kept going. The birdwind responded. They rushed in so fast that Gintani and Hua could barely stand. Like a typhoon, they stormed into the boy's home. His family huddled together in fear, the house nearly torn apart. After that day, the boy was never seen in the village again. Later, during his travels, Gintani passed another port. The sea was calm, and no ships could leave, except one. It sailed with only its sails, and from the water came the sound of a soft, steady whistle.